Yeah, well, 26 and 26, I can't believe we are back. I never thought I was going to be back this year, but uh, God has given us another chance. I'm going to go through all of them as I normally do, but I think today I'll just freestyle what comes to my mind from how things have changed, because there's been a lot of change this year, mostly since I graduated last year. And we are trying to find what to do. We are still dabbling in passions and finding money. As I normally start, I start with what I'm doing. So with love currently, there have been a lot of lessons, and what I think this year has given me is I've learned mostly is being patient and not trying to force a lot of things. Because me, what I always believed, like from last year, I think if you see my videos, the first ones, I've always believed that I try and push. If I want something, I try to pursue it, control it. But I think here, it's something you can also try to control, but you just have to go with the flow most of the times. Because this is a partnership between two people, whereby even if you try and push so hard, if the other person is actually not involved, you're just wasting your time. So it's actually reducing, because me, I'm very intense. So reduce on that. What I've learned is mainly reducing on that intensity and try to go with the flow. How things come to you is how you react as you try and put in what you can. Because most of the times the things we do, they are mainly selfish. You find that you will do something, you're expecting something in return, and it doesn't come, you just be disappointed. So the key is to do what you genuinely want to do, not to do something because you're expecting something. That's mainly it. Not forcing things and taking time. And I've seen success with that. When you try and do what you can do and don't try to push things you are actually trying to force yourself to do, because you think they are going to give you an edge. As long as you keep doing you, the other things fall in place, mostly for love mainly. Then with friends, I think this year what has happened, college friends, now high school friends, everything. I think when you grow, I'm learning to also accept this. You guys are going to start growing apart. Because mainly, since we are pursuing different things, we're having different interests, like each and every single day, each person is pursuing something. So what I'm actually doing these days is, if you can, the few that you can actually keep in contact, you keep in contact with those. It's almost the same thing, because you try and tap on those that you can see, you talk to a few that you can talk to, then you let the rest go with the flow, because people are now pursuing their own stuff, and you have to allow them grow as you also allow yourself grow. There's going to be a lot of changes here. Friends mainly, people are just going to grow apart. That's something I'm learning to accept, because most of the times what I always try to do is try to keep the relationship, but you can do that, but maybe you not like you do it authentically. A few times when you want to talk to someone, because us boys, most of the times how we keep our relationships is relationships we normally have is the people we're actually working with. If you have something you are doing with someone, that's how you are going to keep a relationship. So if you actually want to keep one, then you find like a project or something you want to do together, that's where you can keep it. But if it's not natural, then you just leave it and go with the few, because that separation, I think you must accept that the moment we're there, you lived it with the person, with the people, or then let it grow and also start doing other things. Then with family, initially I thought that this year, since I had graduated, I had moved away from college, I was going to be, because college and university had taken a lot of time, and I thought I was going to be having more time now because I work, let's say Monday to Friday. Then you can be able to talk to mom, dad, because those ones I do miss a lot. And like from high school, I think since I finished my high school, we've always been apart. I've always been at university because my university was a bit further from where they are. So I thought this year, I thought like after in 26 I was going to be in contact with them because I was going to be having time, and I'm working in a place that's near the city, that's near them. But things have been different. The work, I don't know how God makes this, but I'm trying to find balance with trying to see them as much as I can see them, as I also keep up with the work, because mainly right now the money and work has been taking a lot of time. This is the age actually to work and try to figure things out, because you're trying to find something that's going to work for you. So it drains a lot of energy from you. But I do think what actually is very beautiful is like the parents and themselves, like they do understand that now, like people have grown, and they actually, and for them, they, I think from their experiences, because they were theirs and they know like what happened, they actually know that it is natural that we are not going to be so much together. That's something I'm trying to come up to terms with it, but also try to push, because most of the times it's mainly the laziness that limits. Sometimes you actually do have that time, but you feel a bit lazy to try and reach out, go there. Mainly going there and seeing them, being with them, spending some quality time with them, that has been a challenge. But maybe I think this year that should be something I should work on. Then of course the siblings themselves, brothers and sisters, those ones we actually keep in touch, because for them they understand like communication on social media is actually so easy, and that's more, for them that's mainly like healthy. And a few of them you try and work with them like on different projects, then that's how like you try and come up with a balance to keep those relationships in like at a good quality where you want them. Then the biggest ones of course is the money, passions and work, everything like that. What has happened this year is there's a shift. I was working in I started with, after graduation I did like part of a career. I tried to do like, I did electrical engineering. I tried to do that like for half of the year. Then I shifted to I'm working with a friend, like high school friend. We're working in a media company. Then we try and do that, like it's an ads company mainly. It's mainly selling ads and stuff like that. Yeah, for work I think what I can say about that is why I did that change, because I always wanted to do that change. If you've been watching, you know that I actually talked about that a lot. The career is not a bad thing, but in a country like ours, the only way you stand a chance to actually benefit from a career like ours is try and pursue it and be patient with it. Be patient with it, pursue it, continue with the education, and also like try to look for an opportunity like with an institution that's related, maybe to the government or these top institutions in the country, which is actually hard to actually achieve. So some person might say like you feared that there was a bit of fear that limited you to actually pursue something like that, but also maybe because my passion was kind of divided, because I talked about doing things in media, doing things in like what I'm doing currently, ads, things like that, because I thought there was a bigger upside. Because here we are working, I'm working like with a company that's more of a partnership that allows you to create, that allows you to be innovative, something that the career, like let's say electrical engineering, like in a country like Uganda, wasn't going to allow me to do. Be able to be creative and come up with anything, like ideas that you can actually pursue. That was mainly my push. But that's what I'm looking at for the current moment. You know, things can change. That's one thing I've learned in the split time, that things can change and you can pursue something else. But in a country like ours, where there's a lot of informal sector, the informal sector is far bigger than, let's say, the formal sector, and that's like with freedom to actually pursue newer ideas, that's gives you a better opportunity. I think from my personal perspective, that gives you a better opportunity to actually be able to earn more and grow yourself. That's why I try to pursue something that's going to actually help me be like move here and there, try new things, and be able to experiment. Then about I normally end with like talking about what's coming in the future. I hope like this next age is try to build some pillars, things that stability, try to make these ideas stand out themselves. Because right now this last year has been mainly experimenting here and there, try to find a few things where you can earn, but try to pursue singular ideas that can be able, because the singular idea is one that can be able to grow and build something big, instead of working on 1,000 different things, which I was doing last year. Try to pursue, like for me, like in the company partnership, work on a few ideas, or like 2-3 ideas, but pursue those ones like with a lot of energy, because that's where I think that's going to give me like a bigger opportunity to actually be able to grow. Yeah, I think those are the like that's my year. Thanks for watching. I think I'll see you next year. Bye.